Greetings, 7th grade. Welcome to week 3. Let's get it. Malik and Jody are working together on their homework. Number 14 asks the following question. 38 is what percent of 45? Round to the nearest hundredth. Malik and Jody work on the problem separately and then compare answers. Malik claims the answer is 84%. Jody says the answer is 118.42%. Now, this one we created. We're getting the part in this semester where we're going to start creating our own istep prep problems. We're going to be looking at some of your scores and talking to your math teachers about what are we doing in class and what are we struggling with or what do we want more of. So we're going to use, if you've noticed, you've been using some of this is over of, your percent over 100. That should sound familiar. We're going to throw some of that into our istep prep problems and show you what the istep will look like when they ask that. Now, the only thing I've done for week 1 is, if you notice, usually they ask you where's the mistake and then solve it. I'm actually asking it in the order in which you should think about it, okay? So right off the bat, part A, I want you to solve number 14. See if you agree with Malik, or see if you agree with Jody, or neither. Let's find out. So essentially we're solving this problem. 38 is what percent of 45 round to the nearest hundredth? That's what we're going to solve right now. Well, I stated this already. Many of the students I've spoken with are using is over of equals percent over 100. Do you have to use this method? No. No. There's the equation method you could also use, okay? But most of the students I've talked to use this. I'm going to show you how easy it is. So easy. I want to fill in for the is. Who is associated with is? This sounds like I'm answering it, but I'm just reading. 38 is... It is. Stop judging. Here we go. 38 is, there it is. So I'm going to plug 38 in for where I saw the word is. Who's associated with of? What percent of 45, of 45, of 45? Now you've probably guessed, well, the 100, we've already essentially known what that is. And here's how you can check where your variable should go. What are they asking? Where's the what, right? If someone asks you something, you say, what? That's where the question lies. Where is the what? What percent? What percent? I don't know what the percent is, and that's where we come up with our variable, okay? And that's how we create our proportion that we're about to solve. When I have a fraction equal to a fraction, cross multiplication. X times 45 is just a 45x. 38 times 100 is 3,800. See how we're doing that? Cross. Now I have a one-step equation that's money to solve. If x is being multiplied by 45, to get it alone, I have to do the opposite. What's the opposite of multiplying by 45? Divide by 45. Okay, careful, careful. I'm about to write my answer. Some of you are noticing it doesn't come out evenly. That's okay. Look at the second half of your problem. Round to the nearest hundredth. What decimal place is that? Point, tenths, hundredths. That's the second decimal place. So you're looking at your calculator, 84.444, infinite. So you round to the nearest hundredth. So if I'm looking at it and I have 84.4444444, this will get old, right? I round to the second decimal place, which means I look at the third. If it's 5 or higher, this number goes up 1. If it's 4 or lower, it stays where it is. You'll notice it's 4 or lower, so this stays 84.44. And that is the correct answer to their problem, number 14. Part B, ooh, sneakery. Who's correct? Neither. Neither one of them are correct. So you can say neither Jody nor Malik are correct. Don't be surprised if they throw a curve at you. right? We're always expecting to say one of them's correct or one of them's wrong. Neither one were correct here. Now, that's essentially part A and part B. C and D were a little challenge for you smarties out there, all right? One of these mistakes jumps off the page at you. One of them is not. So part C, I think most everybody could get. Part C asks, let me scroll, everybody got this? The setup, the solve? Good. So you got to remember what their answers are. So keep in mind, I'm going to try to scroll. Oh, come on now. Bad time for it to not work. I'll scroll back and forth. What mistake or mistakes did Malik make? Okay, this one's a little more easier. Look back to Malik. What was Malik's answer? 84%. Should see what it is, right? He didn't round. He didn't round appropriately. So that would be your answer for Malik's. Malik did not round correctly. Or you could say he did not round to the nearest hundredth if you want to be more specific. Now the last one, what mistake did Jody make? Now here's the interesting thing. If you made the same mistake she did, you probably could find out what she was doing wrong. It was a very simple mistake that I've seen a lot of students using, and they set up their proportion incorrectly. Remember ours was 38 over 45 because it's is over of. A lot of students have gotten in this habit of just going larger number over the smaller number. And that is actually the mistake that Jody made. That was optional. That was tough to figure out unless you probably made the mistake yourself. But that's my answer for this one. The istep won't get this in depth. They may ask one of these, okay? But they're not going to have a random crazy answer and ask how they found it, because then you'd have to work out 5 different wrong things to do, okay? But I was just curious if anybody saw it. Dealing with percentages, dealing with is over of, it's not going to go away, and it's going to be on the istep, okay? Be prepared, keep working, keep learning. Proud of you. Have a good week.